I'd like to start talking about some of the things that we think about when we think about designing shift work schedules or shift work structures for an operation. One of the things is we know that we're going to have shifts, and we know that there are different shift lengths out there. So what's the difference between them? Well, the only thing you really have to know is the longer the shift is, the more days you're going to get off. A typical 24/7 schedule will divide up the 168 hours that are in a week by 4. Those because they use 4 crews. And when they divide this 168 hours up into 4 crews, it averages 42 hours per crew. Now, if you're on one of these crews and you work 42 hours a week for a year, which is for 52 weeks, you're going to work a total of 2,184 hours in a year. So, how many days are you going to have to work? This is where shift length plays a role. If you want to work just 6-hour shifts, you need to work 364 6-hour shifts to get your 2,184 hours. It takes 273 8-hour shifts to give you the 2,184 hours. It only takes 182 12-hour shifts to give you 2,184 hours. As you can see, all of these shifts give you the same number of hours, but the shorter the shift, the less time you have to be at work. That's the good news. However, the shorter the shift, the more days you have to come to work. And on the other side of the scale, the longer the shift, the less time you have to do other things that day. However, the longer the shifts, the more days you have off. Typically, we won't see 6-hour shifts, but when you look at, just compare a 24/7 8-hour schedule to a 24/7 12-hour schedule, they both have the same number of hours, and yet the 12-hour schedule has 91 more days off per year. Policy development, there's just a couple of things that you really need to look at. First of all, you need to look at all of your policies, and you need to make them work. But in the end, it should be cost neutral. When you change schedules, a policy should cost you the same. Another point is that they should be seen as fair and equitable. The workforce needs to understand why you made the decision to change the policies the way it did. Keep your ears open for things like that is unfair or that's a takeaway, because that shouldn't be the case. All right, so policy development needs to be done. It needs to be done before you change schedules, because once you change schedules, if the employees find that they got a policy that they like and you want to take it away because you did it wrong, you're going to have a problem.